Good morning, parents. I have the pleasure of introducing to you the presentation made by the teachers. Our government has prepared a new policy, what's called National Education Policy, primarily aggregating what was done in the past, but focusing on what is required for the future. Our country's education policy has practically relied on what was happening in the past. It's not futuristic. And as a result, you see there's a lot of dependence on the books, on the textbook, on memory, retention. But that world had changed. The economy of today is based on innovation, is based on critical thinking, on seeing where you see nothing. This is what innovation is all about. The power of thinking, the power of analysis, the power of going beyond the text. In other words, imagining what one learns. So education policy is based on creating a new future for India. But a lot will depend on what parents and students do about it. If you start thinking that education is about getting marks by learning and recalling what is in the books, you are not going to get forward. To go forward, you would start being analytic, questioning the things that you know appear to be right, but they may not be right, but knowing how it works. So I wish all of you that you pay attention to this new policy, the policy that wants to take India forward. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Greetings, dear parents. On behalf of Father Agnes School, Delhi, I welcome you all to join me for a brief session to get an insight into National Education Policy 2020. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus said that the only constant in life is change, and it's applicable in every sphere of life. If we have to keep pace with the fast-changing scenario in the field of education, we need not just a minor modification but an overhaul in our existing education system. NEP has been approved by our government with the aim of making India global knowledge superpower by raising the standards of Indian education. NEP visualizes an equitable education system which provides a high quality education to all its citizens, which includes not just knowledge but emphasizes upon holistic development, instilling values, ethics, responsibilities, and a deep-rooted pride in being an Indian. Key principles of NEP focus upon access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. The policy believes that the education system should develop good human beings with rational thinking, compassion, empathy, courage, resilience, scientific temper, and creativity. The NEP 2020 will give a thrust on early childhood care and education. It suggests doing away with the existing 10+2 system and replacing it with 5+3+3+4 system. The idea is to make the system more inclusive as far as transition from foundational to secondary stage is concerned. It also brings into fold the already existing play schools. The structure can be explained like this. Foundational stage 3 to 8 years, that is preschool to class 2, focuses on development of language skill and playway method in teaching. Preparatory stage 8 to 11 years, that is class 3 to 5, would focus shift to play, discovery and activity-based interactive classroom teaching. Middle stage, class 6 to 8, new structure aims at transforming the pedagogy to a more experiential learning in science, maths, arts and social science. Focus will be on critical thinking. Secondary stage, class 9 to 12, the focus will be on multidisciplinary studies where student would be able to pick and choose any set of subjects from the available stream. NEP aims at reducing the syllabus to its core essentials so that more emphasis can be laid on critical thinking. There will be less dependence on textbooks so that the teaching learning becomes more creative, leading to experiential learning. To achieve this, one of the important changes would be the introduction and integration of vocational education from class 6. Learning needs to be taken outside the walls of the classroom and encourage students to imbibe from the real world. For this, there will be flexibility without any rigid boundaries between subjects and streams. This will result in an overall development of every student. Education is not about loading a child with information. Keeping this concept in mind, NEP lays emphasis on holistic learning experience. To achieve this objective, the policy stresses upon giving equal importance to all aspects of health, that is, physical, mental, emotional, and psychological well-being. So, students will undergo regular health checkups. All schools will have a full-time counselor. Physical activities will be an integral part of regular curriculum. Proper infrastructure would be in place for students with disability. In all, the schools will develop a caring and inclusive culture. The secondary stage will comprise of 4 years of multidisciplinary study. The aim of education will not only be cognitive development but also building character and creating holistic and well-rounded individuals equipped with the key 21st century skills. Teaching and learning will be conducted in a more interactive manner. Questions will be encouraged. Classroom sessions will regularly contain more fun, creative, collaborative, and exploratory activities for students for deeper and greater experiential learning. Art integration is a cross-curricular pedagogical approach that utilizes various aspects and forms of art and culture as the basis for learning of concepts across subjects. The art integrated approach will strengthen the linkages between education and culture. Sports integration is another cross-curricular pedagogical approach that utilizes physical activities including indigenous sports. Technology will be integrated in teaching at all levels. Students will be given increased flexibility and choice of subjects to study. There will be no hard separation among curricular, extracurricular, among arts, humanities and sciences, or between vocational or academic streams. The newly developed textbooks shall aim to contain the essential core material together with discussion, analysis, examples and applications. The aim will be to provide such quality textbooks at the lowest possible cost in order to mitigate the burden of textbook prices on the students as well as on the educational system. Concerted curricular and pedagogical initiatives, including the introduction of contemporary subjects such as artificial intelligence, design thinking, holistic health, organic living, environmental education, global citizenship education, etc., at relevant stages will be undertaken to develop various important skills in students at all levels. Mathematics and computational thinking will be given increased emphasis throughout the school years. The aim of assessment in the culture of our schooling system will shift from one that is summative and primarily tests rote memorization skills to one that is more regular and formative, is more competency based, promotes learning and development for our students, and tests their higher order skills such as analysis, critical thinking and conceptual clarity. While the board exams for grades 10 and 12 will be continued, the existing system of board and entrance examinations shall be reformed to eliminate the need for undertaking coaching classes. Board exams will also be made easier in the sense that they will test primarily core capacities competencies. The primary purpose of assessment will indeed be for learning. It will help the teacher and student and the entire schooling system continuously revise teaching learning processes to optimize learning and development for all students. This will be the underlying principle for assessment at all levels of education. The progress card of all students for school-based assessment will be a holistic 360-degree multi-dimensional report that reflects in great detail the progress as well as the uniqueness of each learner. It will include self-assessment, peer assessment, and progress of the child in project-based and inquiry-based learning, quizzes, role plays, group work, portfolios, etc., along with teacher assessment. The holistic progress card will form an important link between home and school and will be accompanied by the parent-teacher meetings in order to actively involve parents in their children's holistic education and development. The progress card would also provide teachers and parents with valuable information on how to support each student in and out of the classroom. AI-based software could be developed and is used by students to help track their growth through their school years based on learning data and interactive questionnaires. This will provide students with valuable information on their strengths, areas of interest, and needed areas of focus, and to thereby help them make optimal career choices. There are innate talents in every student, which must be discovered, nurtured, fostered, and developed. These talents may express themselves in the form of varying interests, dispositions, and capacities. Those students that show particularly strong interests and capacities in a given domain must be encouraged to pursue that domain beyond the general school curriculum. Olympiads and competitions in various subjects will be conducted across the country. Public and private universities, including premier institutions like the IITs and NITs, would be encouraged to use merit-based results from national and international Olympiads and results from other relevant national programs as a part of the criteria for admission into their undergraduate programs. The implementation of the policy initiatives will take place in a phased manner. The implementation of new curriculum and assessment will take off in the academic session 2021-22 with grade 9. The same batch of students will be taking the board exams of 10 and 12 based on new pattern in coming academic sessions. In the decade 2030-40, the entire policy will be in an operational mode, following which another comprehensive review will be undertaken. Thank you and wishing everyone the best to venture into the new system in the coming years.